Yes, Leon, as we continue with our coverage here in Middelburg and Mpumalanga at the 28th celebration of Freedom Day. With me, I'm with the Minister Nathi Mthethwa, who's going to speak to us about the significance of, celebrating such days. Thank you so much, Minister, for your time. I guess just speak to us about, the importance of always acknowledging such important days. I mean, in my crossing earlier, I spoke to a couple of South Africans, young and old. You could get a sense that the elderly ones understood where the country were from. Young ones, a bit, in terms of coining what this day means, they held a bit of a different view in saying that, yes, they understand the importance of this day, but there's still challenges that they are facing.
Of course, challenges, we'll always face challenges as a society. Any society faces challenges. What is important, especially about today, is that it was on this day, 28 years ago, when South Africa became part of the world community. It became an open society. It was on this day where people of South Africa gained what they didn't have, especially the majority, which is the dignity. And that's one intangible aspect of our freedom. We were no longer, and we are no longer the skunk of the world, as Madiba would have said. This government from 1994 set about to correct the wrongs of the past, both from the point of view of the victims of apartheid, and broadly from the point of view of the lives of the people. If you talk about youth, for instance, today, you would know that this government has put so much and has made education to be the apex priority of government. The support, financial support this government put in there is one of the areas which we are saying that if we are to develop and prosper a society, we've got to look into the question of education and ensure that our youth are able to be independent citizens and, ply their own trade elsewhere in the world. There are a lot of things I would say that this government has achieved. We'll have to pause during such days and ponder such path which has been traversed, but also say that we know that there's still a lot to which our people are facing. If you can take, for instance, in the recent years where you have the past 2 years, COVID devastating our people, in the midst of very many challenges of unemployment, of poverty, of inequality, and so on. COVID came. After COVID, you saw what happened last year in July, the social unrest. You see what is happening now with the floods in KwaZulu-Natal and so on. So our people are really facing serious challenges, and this government has always been there caring, saying to our people that as much as the resources of government can take this country forward and their lives better, we'll continue to do that.
Talking about last year's unrest, I guess it also spoke to the frustrations that South Africans have, on their daily life. Cost of living is getting high. You spoke about COVID-19 also, coming at the wrong time while, South Africa had its own challenges. When we spoke to young people, they said, the coining of Freedom Day is totally different from them. For others, it's good. For them, it's not good. To give hope to young people, what would you say, Minister, looking at the realities that they are facing?
Well, you know that there are different portfolios of government, and almost all of them having different projects and programs for the youth. If you talk about our sector, for instance, it's predominantly young people. And with finite resources, financial resources, we have been able, as the department, to reach out to young people through our Mzansi Golden Economy strategy. We have been able to expose youth and older people in the sector to the world. Taking them, just as we speak now, some of them are in Italy, plying their trade there and so on. So we would continue to try and assist as much as possible, but we also say that there are things we cannot justify. You can't say that because of frustrations then you are going to destroy property. Why do you destroy a school if you say you are frustrated? Because you are destroying your future, basically. So we need to work together with all our people, our youth and everybody else to ensure that the lives of the people are better. It needs that partnership. You would know that would at all time call on all in our society, including the private sector, to come to the fore and make contribution to ensure that they also assist in the process of social progress, because it's in the interest of everybody in society.
Thank you so much, Minister.
Thank you.
Well, there you go, Leon, Minister of Sports, there, saying that, as a country, we need to work together, saying that, yes, there's a lot that has been happening, but government has, done a lot and will continue doing a lot. With that being said, let's go back to you in studio.
All right, Ntlantla, thanks very, very much there in conversation with the Minister ahead of the start of the Freedom Day celebrations in Middelburg.